Hey guys, welcome to the Lod Anime channel. Today we are going to watch all foods made in the delicious In Dungeon series. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and ring that bell icon to get notified immediately when a new video comes up. I'm sure after this you will just be craving for more food.
We can make bread! These have to be prepared for cooking. You have to chop off the pincers, head, legs, and tail, especially the tail. Gives you the run something fierce.
But the guide said it was safe to eat.
You won't die, but it tastes like ass. Next, you have to slice the sucker up so the heat's even and the juices can seep out. This way you get all the flavor. It's easier to eat this way. Then you pull out the innards like so. They're bitter and the texture's all wrong. As for the walking mushroom, skin it and lose the butt. Save the feet and throw them in the pot. They're delish. Your pot's not big enough, though. So, we'll use mine.
You're weirdly prepared.
It'll be bland with just the scorpion and mushroom. Add this.
Hold on! You can't put those in!
Why not?
There's no way I'm eating that! You see those? Those are corpses! I'll eat a monster if I have to, but not plants from a graveyard! Tell him this tastes great on its
Marcel!
own! Who the hell are you anyway?
Can't eat these raw. You first have to wash it with hot water and a splash of citrus juice. Then you can either pat it dry or rub some salt on it and let it dry in the sun. After that, you got yourself one high-quality ingredient. If you can, starve one for 2 weeks, then dry it. I promise that taste is worth the wait. By the way, this is a portable slime dryer I made myself. Just lock it in there like so, and it'll dry out nicely as you're walking around. It'll be a while before that one's good. But this one's ready to go.
Oh.
We'll add it to your pot.
Thanks, but can you spare it?
Sure. You don't know how happy I am to have found someone else who's as into monster food as I am. I've been studying the monsters in here and how to cook them up for over 10 years now.
10 years?
Has this dungeon been around for that long?
I'll have this ready in a bit. It's ready. First, a light steaming. Then you cut around the stem like so. Give a little twist. Then pull and the seeds will come right out. Next, you peel the skin off and pound it till it's nice and soft. Then line the bottom of the pan with it. Give the unripe fruit a good mashing, add a dash of slime and a bit of scorpion broth, and mix till it's good and thick. Once it's got a smooth consistency, pour in the rest of the scorpion broth and a handful of the chopped fruit, mix it up a little bit, then pour it into the frying pan. Let it cook a bit.
I just want to see if I can grow this on the surface.
That's a stupid idea!
No!
And when you see it start bubbling like that, drop in the rest of the fruit. Perfect. It's ready.
Oh no, it drowned.
Guess we can't clean off the sand that way. They didn't come from the sea, so maybe we don't need to. Not sure if its organs are safe to eat, so they're going in the trash. I'll slice these ones up and make soup. Then heat some oil. Add critter, seasoning, and medicinal herbs for a stir-fry. The helmet critters. Steamed. And these, classic style all the way. It's ready. We're all done. Now, let's have a feast of all the stuff we worked so hard to get.
What a beautiful color!
Guess I'm the expert at peeling things now.
You want it smaller, or is it okay?
Nah, that's perfect.
Need to light that fire? I can do it.
I got my striker and flint for that.
You don't have to light it that way all the time. It'd be faster with magic. How can you like golems and be anti-magic?
Every time you do a thing the easy way, it dulls your skill for doing it. Convenient and simple ain't the same. Doing things your way with magic is the same as buying veggies at the store. This is the last of the basilisk bacon. It's ready. Bread! 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 Put flour, salt, sugar, leavening agent, and water in a bowl. Then knead it. Work that sucker till it's nice and firm. To knead, you hold the edge, then smack it down again and again. Once you get it stretching easy, it's time for the first proofing. When the dough gets twice as big, cut it into equal pieces. Then shape with your hands. Let it proof some more. Then, once it finishes rising, set it down over some low heat. Steam it for a little bit, and when you open the lid, we got ourselves some bread.
Hey! Get them whatever they need. There, it's ready.
For the necklace, pull off all the legs. The texture ain't great if you leave them on. Then skewer and roast it. Heat up some oil and give the coin bugs a good fry, stomach side down. Drop in a pinch of salt and stir them so the oil gets around evenly. There. Flip them spine side up so they look pretty. For the tiara, pop out the eggs and larvae from their nest. Break it up in the pot and boil everything together. Spoon it into a jar, and it's ready. There's all kinds of custom in the world to get rid of evil stuff. Fire's one of them. It keeps the dark back, and it can create and destroy. All through history, folks have used it as a sacred symbol and a holy ward to keep that evil the hell away from you.
Yeah, I know all that. But candles aren't gonna keep ghosts back.
One candle might not help much, but a bunch of them all lit up and flickering away, that's a lot of holy power. The golden rhinoceros beetle's another sacred thing. To some folks, they were symbols of the sun and the sun god. A lot of love for those critters. Booze is holy too. It's used as an offering to the gods and to purify whatever it is that needs purifying. Then there's salt. Traditions going way back say it protects against evil and purifies the body. And since sugar looks the same, I'll add some of that. Not sure how potent it'll be, so I'll dump a bunch in to be safe.
You're making this up as you go!
Not a bad idea to add some herbs. And what the heck, dried monster guts too. Then we'll add the power of fire to the mix. The holy water's ready.
Every ghost he hits gets driven away.
Holy water works, even in a jar.
It works amazingly.
Maybe I've been possessed this whole time by Fallon.
How could you say that? Fallon would never. And she hasn't even turned into a ghost yet.
No, that's not what I mean. I couldn't get over the fact that we don't have her help, and thinking about how easy things would be if we did. But the reality is she's not here. Till she's back, we gotta help ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
Senshi! Let me take a crack at him.
The jar's got frost on it.
Using holy water like that's more efficient than spraying it all over.
That figures. Ghosts can pass through the jar so the water hits them.
Well, I'll be... It's sorbet.
That does it! I'm gonna taste painting food this time or else!
First, we'll boil a big pot of water. Then add some salt. Stick the mimic in and pop the lid on. Then wait. Should be boiled enough. It's ready.
Soak the barley and put it over a flame. Pull apart some mimic meat and add a few water plants.
Hold on a second. Wasn't that growing out of the fishman's head?
I mean, yes, but this is also a completely ordinary plant. Fishmen use these to mimic the mermaids. Without it, they would probably look a lot more like fish. You're not gonna let me eat it, are you?
Here we go again. All right, whatever. Do what you want. Why do I get the feeling that I just made a huge mistake?
All right, it's ready.
Why don't we try putting some sauce on this and grilling it?
I'm irritated because it's actually starting to smell good.
It's ready. It's grilling time! Mane, neck, liver, ribs, tail, thigh, loin, and veggies. It paralyzed my hand when I ripped it off, and now it's stuck.
Your hand looks like a gnome's in that state.
Let's see. So it's an ivy tentacle. Rinsing with vinegar helps subdue the nidicite's barbs. Although depending on the species, it could have the opposite effect, so be careful. Cut an X into the exposed surface, then peel downward to remove the outer skin of the nidicite.
Potatoes, carrots, onions. Peel the skin from the tentacles and roughly chop them. Salt and pepper the kelpie meat. Put the meat in a pan, and when it's browned, add in the onions and carrots and fry them. Add that to the undine. Make sure to skim off the scum, then add potatoes and herbs, and let it simmer.
It's ready!
Start an incision at its belly, and completely skin the frog.
Hang on,
For the tentacles, peel the skin. Gather the parts that have thin tips, set them aside, and boil the thicker parts. Once done, mash them up and mix them with flour. Shape them into cylinders and gently press with a fork, then boil once more.
Senshi!
Hang the skins of the giant frogs to dry, take measurements, and begin sewing.
Add olive oil, garlic and chili peppers, then the frog leg meat. Fry it all up, and it's ready! Shave down some bread with a grater. Season the giant frog meat with salt and pepper. Dip the meat in a water and flour mixture. Work in the breadcrumbs, then heat some olive oil and fry. Boil down some red wine and seasonings to make a sauce. It's ready. Mix flour, yeast, salt, and water in a bowl and knead well. Let it rest for a bit.
Go take a bath while it rests.
Shape it to your liking as you stretch it out. And add your choice of toppings. Lightly sprinkle flour onto a piece of dragon hide. Then place it inside the dragon. Cut off the tip of the dragon's tail.
Ah, that's so wasteful!
Now skin it and place it in a soup. Cut the meat into a block shape. Place it on a heated scale, and after both sides are seared, dip it into some seasoning. It's ready.
It's ready.
Those guys were carrying some pretty valuable things on them!
All right, let's only take their food and then sink the rest of it.
What? Why sink it?
If we take just everything, it means we're no better than they are. Once we're all finished, how about we eat a little something?
Let's do it.
A pretty good harvest, if I say so myself. I'm glad I thought ahead and asked to borrow this axe from those orcs. Put the chopped ingredients into a pot with water and bring to a boil. When they become soft, remove them from the heat and give them a good mashing in the pot. Once it becomes paste-like, add some more water along with your preferred seasonings. Already smells good. In that case, lightly fry it in some butter and then add in some mushrooms. Pour a little melted cheese over the top, and it's ready. We've got tons of different ingredients. I'm having a hard time deciding what to make. Maybe I'll use that new thing. Cook the barley.
Is that what we picked up from the 3rd floor?
I've been holding on to it in case we ran out of food, since it keeps well. The cockatrice meat, the dryad fruit, and the mandrake, along with its leaves. Chop up the depetrification herb. Season all that and fry it. Now stuff some barley rice into the hollowed-out brick. Top it with the rest and put the brick over the fire. And then...
What is that thing?
This here's a cockatrice egg. I'm glad I brought it along with us, but it's pretty dang difficult to use. Finally, add the egg sauce over top, and it's ready.
It's not that field ration pellets are bad, but having them every day, I just think you need to have something warm in your belly from time to time.
Cheers to that. Meals should do a lot more than fill your stomach until the next chance you get to eat.
You know, you're quite sensible for a dwarf. Our lord's been sickly ever since childhood. His appetite was lacking, and it made everyone around him worry. However, no matter the situation, he would always eat the food I prepared for him. Sometimes I'd be summoned to the kitchen in the middle of an assignment. He was such an obedient child growing up that it made me anxious. The only selfish request he's ever made was the one that brought us here.
Please, Maizuru. There's someone that I wish to save. Lend me your strength.
Oh. To think some northern girl would steal his heart during his training journey. What can I even say to dissuade him?
You really want him to give up?
The head of the family bestowed me with the task of looking after the young lord, so I cannot act based on emotion.
In that case, then what do you think you're doing right now? If you have preserved foods, there's no need to go through the trouble of preparing a fresh meal. Why do you reckon he ate up all the things you personally made for him? Maybe you didn't realize at the time, but I know what you put in there. A little ingredient called love.
What are you saying? Are you proud of yourself for that one? Although, at this point, I just might give in. So depending on how things turn out, perhaps I'll put in a good word for those two. Yes, this will suffice. It's ready!
boil the diced dryads. When the eggs are soft enough to pierce with a chopstick, drain the water, mix with the seasonings, then mash. Cut to 1 centimeter thick. Fry with rice on low heat and then season.
If I'm remembering right, we picked up some mushrooms near the dryads. Hold on. Are those little feet it sprouted? Probably my imagination. Place a pot inside the magic circle. Toss some butter in to melt it. Fry a few garlic cloves, and then add rice. Add in mushrooms and seasoning. Pour in water and let it simmer for a while. It feels shameful to be making something this simple compared to the dishes I had been making. But I hate the thought of letting a young'un go hungry, so I'll do whatever I've gotta do. At the very least, I could put some cheese in. It's ready. First, make it spit out any dirt. By soaking them in some hot water like this.
Huh? Another name that the nightmare goes by is Shen. It's part of the dragon family. They kind of look like dragons, don't you think?
You're joking, right?
After melting some butter, place the nightmares in the pan and pour a bit of wine over top, then cover. To finish the dish, add a touch of soy sauce, and it's ready. What's this?
That's me when I was little!
The dream that the nightmares ate turned into a mirage.
I think I'm starting to remember things. Yeah, that's right. I was running away from something and suddenly a fluffy dog appeared. The dog and I went on an adventure to search for treasure together. It was a really fun dream.
That's a pretty dirty-looking dog.
It doesn't look all that smart.
What's wrong, Laios?
The way I remember it, it was a silver wolf and not a dog. Oh well.
But first, I need to thaw this. Might as well melt it with the magic circle. Oh, must have been too close.
Wow, but this is actually nice. It's like a sauna. We haven't been able to take a bath for a while, so let's sweat it out a little bit.
Wait, that comes off?
Why is it only me?
Gut the fish and then make a broth from the head and bones.
I feel like we're gonna smell like fish after this.
Finally, slice a couple mushrooms and nightmares. Lightly boil the shapeshifter meat and remove any scum that forms. Beat some harpy eggs, and then add that mixture to the broth along with all the other ingredients. Pour all that into cups. Place the cups into the pan with ice golem fragments and put over a fire.
Look, I made this from her fur.
Bored much?
Lastly, place some mandrake leaves over the top, and it's ready. Hey, don't just start eating on your own. You've got to wait until everyone gathers at the table.
Why should I wait? I defeated that thing all by myself! I think I deserve to eat before the rest of you!
A meal's something you only start when everyone's together. Chilchuck, Laios is outside. Mind calling him back in?
Sure thing.
This feels great.
Is this guy for real?
First, cut up the Baromet's ribs into whatever portions you want. Season them and put them on the fire. After both sides of each have been nicely browned, add wine over top, cover the pan, and then braise them. Next, boil the remainder of the fruit, peel off the skin, and cut it into chunks. Add some garlic and simmer all of it together. With the sauce finished, you take that, pour it over the meat, and it's ready. So are they like scrambled eggs?
Huh?
You said before that people compare souls to eggs. But if you're referring to souls that are mixed together, then what would that mean in relation to how eggs are cooked? For example, scrambled eggs, a sunny-side-up egg, and a poached egg would all have different stories.
Listen, Senshi. I didn't make that comparison for you to take what I said and try to make a joke out of it.
Who's making jokes? I was actually impressed by how interesting a comparison it was. There's nothing else that behaves in as many different ways as an egg does. For example, eggs get firm when heated, but the white and yolk solidify at different temperatures. frothiness, moisture retention, viscosity, and the most interesting one, emulsification. Even things that don't mix naturally, like oil and water, mix beautifully under the right conditions, just like this.
Well, that's... Wait, souls are actually nothing like eggs!
Laios, you mind handing me that bread there? It's ready.
This will take some time to explain. Let's see it first.
Oh! There you are.
Oh, you're awake now.
Good morning to you.
I see you made breakfast.
Isn't it great? Mr. Senshi's an amazing chef.
Yeah, you're right. Senshi's the best there is. Chop up the summoned creature into the desired length. Trim off the wings at the base. Squeeze out all the moisture with a scrap of cloth. Salt and pepper. Take the wings and roll them. Dunk each piece of meat you chopped earlier into a mixture of flour, egg, and water. Then fry. For the wings, quickly dip them in oil to cook them. Serve with a sauce and it's ready. A griffin's weapons are its front claws and its beak, but neither of those things would have left a dent in a helmet like that. So whatever attacked Gillen most likely wasn't a griffin. With that said, what about the others? Marcel and I mistook Fallon for a griffin, so Senshi's party could have been wrong too. After all, there are several large monsters that have wings. Cockatrice, basilisk, harpy, siren, pegasus, simurgh, roc. Out of those, which one could attack with blunt force?
The water's boiling now.
We just boil it? Should we add anything?
No, that's it.
It'll be a flavorless soup, though. Maybe I could garnish it. Come to think of it, you said the orcs taught you how to differentiate mushrooms, right? Have you ever seen those before?
Nope, those are new to me.
Marcel, you got this, right?
Hey! You come this far and then just dump it on me?
What's wrong with you? Whatever, we're done here. Even if we do this, Senshi isn't gonna...
No. We went through the trouble, so I'll eat it. I'll accept the results no matter what they are. It's ready.
Take the griffin meat and place it inside the changeling's fairy ring.
Oh, it's totally different now.
It looks even tastier with the marbling. All right, let's make some soup. You know, I understand now why Senshi starts cooking all of a sudden. In this body, I get hungry faster than before.
You say that, but I've never seen Namari start cooking full meals out of nowhere.
Cooking is simply what I do while I'm self-reflecting.
Take flour, water, salt, and eggs and knead them together. Then let it rest. While you're waiting, add some chopped up onions and other vegetables to the minced meat and mix it all up. Make a cylinder out of the rested dough, cut into equal parts, and roll flat. Put the filling on the flattened dough and then wrap. How odd. Preparing the food in silence like that really helped me calm down.
I think we went a little overkill.
They turned out well, huh?
It's ready. Heat some oil in a frying pan, then gently put the dumplings in. Oh, hot! When golden brown, remove the dumplings and blot the excess oil. On top of Izutsumi having a small appetite, she won't eat anything she doesn't like. So it's important I take extra care to make sure she eats her fill.
Tell me, what do you think?
You just fried them.
Would you not?
Huh? What if...
Oh, it changed its shape! It seems as though the mouth does indeed act as a changeling ring. And there are many different kinds of dumplings in the world.
What if eating that makes mushrooms start sprouting inside our stomachs?
That didn't happen when we ate the hippogriff meat, thanks to digestion. Isn't it great? Now then, Izutsumi, help me set the dishware. It's ready. Bread! 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 Bread!